Mizoram, as the name suggests, is a land of the highlanders. The hills are steep, separated by rivers creating deep gorges between the hill ranges. Its tropical location, combined with the high altitude, gives it a moderate climate all year round. Mizoram is rich in flora and fauna. Bamboo forests cover a considerably large portion of the state. People use bamboo for housing and fencing, apart from eating the tender bamboo shoots as food. In a cyclic ecological phenomenon that occurs every 48 years in Mizoram, Melocanna bacifera, a species of bamboo, starts flowering. For reasons that are not fully understood, these flowers affect the fertility rate of rats in a prolific manner, leading to a subsequent onslaught of rats into crop fields and grain stalks. This can cause devastating famine. This severe food scarcity has a Mizo name to it, Maotam. Maotam struck all 8 districts of Mizoram in 2006, and the effects continue to be felt across the state. 4 districts in the west and south have been most heavily afflicted, putting over 10,000 families on the fringe of starvation. Saiha district is one of the worst affected areas. Loss of livelihood has already eroded traditional coping mechanisms. The state government has stepped up its public distribution system, but does not have enough resources to fulfill all the needs. The arrival of monsoon is anticipated to severely disrupt traffic and access to marketplaces. As a result, malnutrition is looming large in the state by the time the rains end. People in distress are selling their livestock in exchange of meager quantities of rice. They have also started hunting in the jungles for yams and leaves that now constitute a large part of their diet. Children are as usual facing the most severe consequences of the disaster, not only because of the lack of nutritious food, but also because they are increasingly involved in labor to help meet household income shortfalls. School absenteeism has already started showing a trend of steady increase. To combat the disaster of Maotam, Save the Children has put its foot forward to provide relief by strengthening food and livelihood security in Mizoram. In Saiha, Save the Children started with a registration of all the households in the project villages. We prepared a database with a unique code for each family. The family code helped in identifying and tracking each family for the purpose of beneficiary selection and progress monitoring. It also helped us track families who migrated as a result of the food shortages. A village relief committee was formed in each village, with representatives from the population and civil society organizations. The committee decided at the village level how the project will be implemented and who will be the beneficiaries. Suggestions and guidance were sought from government departments to implement the project more effectively. To address the issue of food insecurity, we distributed best quality rice, pulses, salt, and cooking oil free of cost to 1,500 vulnerable and needy families across 17 villages in 2 installments. We opened postal accounts in Saiha and Tuipang sub-post offices with an amount of 1,500 rupees for 1,000 poorest families in the area. Families headed by women and those with elderly people were given priority. The accounts also included an insurance scheme for which an amount of 15 rupees per beneficiary was deducted from the respective savings accounts. Poor road access was one of the key constraints for families to reach markets and services. It was a necessity to rehabilitate and strengthen essential village roads. This served as an opportunity to generate employment under the National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. The cash for work activity under this project generated 1,59,810 person days of work involving 2,951 households. The workers received 110 rupees as daily wage, paid fortnightly. Consultation with communities revealed that households were worried about the scarcity of seeds. Unless this shortfall was met, many families, even with additional cash, would struggle to meet their food needs. We provided 499 families with seeds of maize, chili, and bitter gourd. The Agriculture Department at Saiha was consulted to identify the variety and quantity of seeds. Best quality seeds were procured from National Seed Corporation and Indo-American hybrid seeds. Though local households had both pigs and chickens as livestock, which most of them sold in distress, they preferred piglets as replacements over chicken, as pigs are less prone to spreading disease, and unlike chickens, they don't need special feed or care. In consultation with the Department of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary at Saiha, 1,000 households were provided with 2 piglets each. Community-level awareness meetings were organized in all the 27 villages to sensitize the people about the various government welfare schemes that exist to support poor and vulnerable people. About 2,000 people attended these meetings. 2 block-level capacity-building workshops on livelihoods have been organized where 120 youths were trained in formation and nurturing of self-help groups and access to microcredit to improve their livelihoods. In addition to these, 60 Anganwadi workers were trained to develop their skills on growth monitoring. All children up to the age of 14 years residing in the project villages were registered for health, nutrition, and education surveillance. This ensured frequent follow-up by the project staff for the regular attendance of children in ICDS centers as well as in schools. We hope our sincere efforts, coupled with the wholehearted support and participation from the local administration and people, brings in a change in the way Maotam and longer-term food insecurity are faced. We look forward to a future where people of this locality are better prepared to cope with and survive such disasters.